In August 2024, Sony launched a game 8 years in the making. It reportedly cost $400 million. Within 2 weeks, it was gone. Fewer than 30,000 people ever bought it. This is the story of Concord. Concord was a hero shooter. Think Overwatch in space. It was built by Firewalk Studios, a new team founded in 2018, quietly bought by Sony in 2023. Inside Sony, it was called, quote, the future of PlayStation. 8 years is an eternity in games. When work began, Overwatch was the hottest shooter on Earth. By 2024, the hero shooter genre was a crowded graveyard. Overwatch 2, Apex Legends, Valorant, almost all free to play. Concord launched at $40. In a market where the competition costs nothing, that was almost impossible to survive. The warning signs were everywhere. The open beta peaked at just 2,000 players on Steam. The reveal trailer drew an avalanche of criticism. Players called the characters bland. The hype never materialized. Then came the numbers. On launch day, Concord peaked at just 697 concurrent players on Steam. 697, a fraction of Helldivers 2, Sony's own shooter, which peaked above 450,000. Analysts estimated 25,000 copies sold, 15,000 on PlayStation, 10,000 on PC. At $40 each, that is about $1 million in revenue. For a game reportedly built on $400 million, that is a return of 1/4%. So how does a project fail this badly? Reports point to culture. Former staff described toxic positivity, where negative feedback was discouraged, and doubts were shut down. Concord was reportedly seen as having Star Wars-like potential. The team believed it could not fail, and the money made it worse. The initial deal alone was reported at $200 million. By launch, some estimates topped $400. Concord was among the most expensive games ever built. The end came fast. On September 3rd, Sony pulled Concord from sale. On September 6th, the servers went dark. Every copy was refunded. It was the second shortest-lived online game in history. But the story did not end there. Artists released early concept art, a stylized retro world players never saw. And in December, an entire animated episode based on Concord aired on Amazon Prime, for a game nobody could play. In October, Sony closed Firewalk Studios, less than 2 years after buying it. Around 150 people lost their jobs. Concord is a warning. It shows what happens when enormous budgets meet a culture that refuses to hear bad news, and how unforgiving the market is to a $40 game in a free-to-play world. Sony spent 8 years, and by some accounts $400 million, to learn a lesson the industry already knew. Sometimes the loudest voice in the room is the one insisting everything will be fine, and sometimes that voice is wrong.